Billy, first of all, thanks for joining us. How did training go today?
It went very well actually. It was a bit windy, as you could probably see with my barnet. But no, it went great. We had a good session and the boys worked really hard.
Talk us through a typical day's training for the goalkeepers at Kilmarnock.
For the goalkeepers, we talk about things that's happened maybe on a Saturday or the Tuesday or Wednesday whenever we play. And we can maybe work on a few things if necessary. Other than that, I like to vary things. I hate being regimental where the goalkeeper knows what he's doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that sort of thing. So I mix it up, but I might have 3 or 4 exercises in mind. But then I might just change things and tweak it.
How impressed have you been with Jamie and Freddie this season?
I think Jamie McDonald, to be honest with you, I didn't realise how good Jamie was until I came here and working with him. He's very, very consistent. He'll make mistakes like every other goalkeeper, but very, very consistent. And you know, Freddie, I think, is an up-and-coming young goalkeeper without any shadow of a doubt.
Do you change training methods on a match day?
On a match day, every goalkeeper's got a routine that he does. Some goalkeeping coaches put their own mark on it, and they've got to, you know, the goalkeepers have got to do their warm-up. But I think it's important that if the goalkeepers are comfortable with it, and it's his own one, as long as the content in it is good, I just go with what the goalkeeper wants, as long as it's good content in it.
Do any of the goalkeepers that you're aware of have any pre-match rituals?
Not that I know of. But I think going back, you know, like Stefan Kloss had a sort of ritual where he never really spoke to anybody from 2 o'clock on. He just left them to be in his own, and because he just soaks the game in. And so he was one for, you know, just sitting there quietly, getting himself ready, and then at maybe 2:10 or whatever, he'll just give you a nod, maybe a wee smile, and that's him ready to go out and do his warm-up.
Looking back, Billy, where did your love of football begin?
I've been playing football since I was 6, 7. I played out. I was left midfield, but I also played in goals as well. So for the school, the guy who played left midfield wanted to play in goals, so I was in goals at the time, so I went to left midfield, so we swapped it. And then at Glasgow United, I was the goalkeeper there. So. But I just loved it from an early age.
Who was the biggest influence in your career?
Probably my father, who was unassuming. He never put any pressure on us. There was opportunities at 14, 15 to go down to Arsenal and Spurs, and I think Man U, there was a few, but Partick Thistle were in as well. I think Rangers were in and about as well. So he actually said to me, look, you make up your own mind what you want to do. So I plumped for Thistle, because I thought, you know, if you've got anything at all, then that gives you a better opportunity to try and make it.
Now, you've played in the Champions League and the UEFA Cup, where you made it all the way to the final. That must have been an unbelievable experience.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think that year, that 87, I think it was, I think we played something like 68, 69 games that season. To get to the final was fantastic. Just disappointing that we also lost the Scottish Cup as well in that year.
Now, do you pass those experiences on to the players that you coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think any goalkeeper that comes in, I think you try and pass these things on, because when you play at a high level, there's pressure and everything else, so you've got to try and convey that to them, that there is going to be pressure if you do make it in this game, but it's how you handle it as well, with a bit of composure, and you know, for a goalkeeper it's very it's a demanding position in terms of, you know, concentration. So you've got to be grounded and don't fly off the handle, that sort of thing. So yeah, you try and tell them everything, you know, what it's like to play at that high level. You do get frustrated if things don't go right, but if you make a mistake, which is the biggest thing, you've got to pull back from that and just forget it and, you know, be mentally strong.
Now, a few of the fans have sent some questions for you. First of all, who's the best player you've played with and played against?
Played against, it would be a toss-up between, I would say, George Best or Johan Cruyff. They were exceptional players. Against Best, I think it was when he played with Hibs, and I think we beat them 2-1, I think. He scored the penalty. I dived the wrong way, but I had to let him score, you know, it was George Best. But Johan Cruyff as well was a pleasure to watch, and it was also Ruud that played in that final team. He played up front as well, so it's hard to pick. Playing with, you've got, you know, Brian Laudrup, who was an exceptional talent, but I think Gascoigne was just, you know, something else.
Second question here, do you think Freddie Woodman could be a future England #1?
There's no reason why not, because he's got all the attributes. You know, he's a great kicker of the ball, good shot stopper. He'll come for crosses, you know, when it's on. He's got a good temperament. It's really just, it's based on the fact just how much you want it and the effort he puts in training, and his determination. He's got a great work ethic, so he's got every chance if he just keeps progressing the way he's progressing.
Now, in your opinion, who's the most skillful player at the club?
At the club, the most skillful. That's a hard one, because there's a few actually. You know, I think Jordan Jones on his game, I think, is very skillful, can pass people, and you know, I think Gary Dicker is a very skillful player. You know, he's good on the ball, he sees a pass, doesn't panic. But I think there's quite a few. There's quite a few, but I think, you know, Gary Dicker, I think, is probably, you know, in my opinion, the most skillful in terms of playing the pass, seeing the pass, you know.
And just finally, last fans' question, how do you think Kilmarnock's season has been so far?
It's been, I would say, maybe a wee bit up and down. We've had lots of opportunities to, you know, try and push and to get into the top six. Unfortunately, you know, we haven't taken the chance when it's come around. But I think over the past, I would say 3-4 games, 5 games, I think we've played really well. And it's just been unfortunate that we just haven't held on to that lead. But I think with the determination, you know, within the squad is very high. And I think Peter and Lee, you know, Jig of tremendous, and they have got a high standard, and they demand that from the players as well. It could have been better, as I say, but the overall performances over the past 4, 5, 6 games, I think, has been good. So we can just push on from Ross County, and it's a big game against Thistle. We get no reason why we can't get 3 points there, and then Inverness, and it could be a really good season.